Hi, Lori Maston here. Humbled to be a Batavia Rotary member and even more honored to be the president for our centennial year. Rotary, their motto is service above self. We have about 82 members that all walk that walk and do the work of Rotary. There are many things that Rotary does in our community that I'd like to just highlight briefly. And our big project right now that we're fundraising for is a $250,000 pledge for the YMCA Rochester Regional Health UMMC Healthy Living Center that's proposed in downtown Batavia. Right now we've paid about $50,000 already in engineering costs, but we make those pledges and then we find a way to fund the projects and we get it done. Another thing that I'm very proud of is that we've historically given out scholarships to the tune of about $18,000 a year. There are students from Notre Dame, Batavia High, and the Genesee Valley Partnership. In the past, we've funded Crossroads House security systems. One of the last things I'll leave you with is a little bit of joy. When you go by Rotary Park this spring, you'll see that we were hands-on digging and planting about 700 daffodil bulbs last fall, and we can't wait to see that spectacular splash of color come our centennial, which is in the May-June timeframe.
I joined Rotary in 1969, so this is my 50th year, and it's been a wonderful organization for me and for the community. One of the things I'd like to talk to you about, Rotary has done so many things, but Rotary brought Broadway to Batavia. For over 50 years, we produced Broadway musicals, and in the early days, that was when you couldn't go to Buffalo or Rochester or even Toronto and see a professional musical production. And these were big productions with large casts, full orchestra, professional sets, costumes from New York City. This was really special. That was one of our gifts to Batavia. And Batavia gave back by buying tickets. And the Rotary Club, of course, kept none of the money for itself. We, in turn, returned the money to the community in many ways. For many, many years, the profits from the Rotary show went to send needy children to the YMCA camp at Silver Lake. And hundreds and hundreds of children that would not have seen the experience of camp did because of Rotary.
I've been an active Rotarian with Batavia Rotary Club for over 50 years. Some of our service projects benefit the young and the not so young. One of our very first projects would have a party for the residents of the nursing home during the Christmas holidays. It provided music and small gifts and was well attended and liked by the residents. At the opposite end of the service spectrum, Rotary has and continues to sponsor a variety of youth sports in the Genesee region for boys and girls. Basketball, baseball, and soccer are just a few examples. We see team sports as a life lesson. Young men and women working together, experiencing the ups and downs of sports, being good winners and being good losers in the very best sense of the word.
So Rotary is a hands-on club. We not only do pancakes on Father's Day, but we also are working with the YWCA in their safe home, and we're going to remodel it. We're going to go in and paint and put up wainscoting and fix her up and make it a better, safer place for abused women. So growing up in the Rotary family, I always knew that I wanted to be a Rotarian. So I went to a couple meetings. One of my good friends, Chrissia Major, asked me to come along to a meeting or two, and I was like, you know what, that sounds like a great idea. I spoke with my dad about it, and of course he was gung-ho. So I started going to some meetings, and what I noticed is that everybody just has a good time, and I kind of wanted to be a part of that. Rotary is an international club, and we help out in all sorts of ways, and one way is Polio Plus. Our club's been donating for over 20 years, and we're trying to fully eradicate polio throughout the world. It's down to just 2 countries now. So not only are you helping out here locally, but also internationally as well. Rotary has allowed me to be me. I'm an avid runner, and I always wanted to be a race director. So I came up to the Rotarians. I went to one of their meetings, and I put it in front of them. I was like, hey, listen, let's do a Rotary 5K. And I got overwhelming support. We ended up putting on the first annual Rotary Trick or Trot in the fall, right around Halloween time. It was a costume race. We had a great time, but not great weather. It was really miserable that day. But here's the thing about Rotary, we had droves and droves of Rotarians showing up and helping out, and it turned out to be a wonderful event.
I became a Rotarian because I always viewed the Rotarians in the community as people who were making a difference, and I wanted to be a part of that. Volunteering has always been important to me, and I really wanted to instill that in my kids from an early age, and they've been able to help me on certain events that we've done in the community. Since 1960, we have sponsored the International Student Exchange for high school students, which has allowed international students to come to Batavia and Batavia students to travel the world. By working with young kids in our community, we're able to instill volunteerism, and hopefully that will continue for the next 100 years.
The 2018 Special Service Recognition of the Year, the Batavia Rotary Club.